7 accessories that instantly age you after 60 and what to wear instead. What if I told you that the very accessories we've cherished for years, the bold necklace, the patterned scarf, the sparkly bag, might be quietly aging us? It's a surprising thought, I know. But at Glow After 60, we believe in gentle truths, the kind that help us feel more seen, more confident, and more in tune with the woman we've become. Because style doesn't stop at 60, it softens, it deepens, it speaks without shouting. Over the years, I've heard from so many women who look in the mirror and feel something's off, but they can't quite name it. Often, it's not the dress, it's the little things, the accessories that once made us feel powerful, but now feel just a little too much. This video isn't here to scold or shame. It's a kind invitation to reevaluate with love, not with fear. Today, we're looking at 7 accessories that may be aging your look after 60, and the elegant alternatives that reflect who you are now. So open that drawer, dust off that old favorite, and let's take this journey together with grace, intention, and the quiet power that comes with owning exactly who you are. Welcome to Glow After 60. Part 1. The chunky, shouty statement. There was a time when that chunky necklace was your go-to magic trick. One bold piece and suddenly your outfit sang. It felt powerful, playful, like a little piece of armor that said, "Here I am." But lately, something's shifted. I remember chatting with a woman at a small style event we held for Glow After 60. She wore a bright turquoise bib necklace, the kind with oversized stones and thick gold links. And halfway through the conversation, she leaned in and said, "I don't know why, but I don't feel like myself in this anymore. I used to love it." And that's the thing. It's not that the necklace is wrong, it's that you've changed. Oversized, layered, brightly colored statement pieces tend to draw the eye away from where it should be. Your face, your expression, your quiet confidence. They sit heavy, both visually and emotionally. And sometimes, they can unintentionally freeze us in time, like we're still dressing for a version of ourselves from 10 or 15 years ago. But you don't need to shout anymore. You're already radiant. So what lurks now? Try a single, graceful note instead of a full-blown chorus. A fine chain with a small pendant, a simple strand of pearls, a soft, hammered gold disc that catches the light, not the spotlight. These pieces don't fight for attention, they flow with you. And here's a styling tip we always recommend on Glow After 60. Match your metals to your undertones. Warm undertones. Go with soft golds, champagnes, bronzes. Cool undertones. Silvers, rose golds, and pewters will glow against your skin. Because at this stage, your accessories shouldn't speak louder than you. They should whisper in harmony, with elegance, with ease, and with quiet joy. Part 2. The loud, busy scarf. You know that scarf, the one with the swirling florals or wild paisleys, tucked into your drawer for years. It once felt like your signature, a splash of energy, a joyful detail that tied your whole outfit together. I get it. I used to reach for mine too. It made me feel alive, interesting, like I had something to say without speaking. But here's the quiet truth. Sometimes a scarf like that can speak too loudly. A few weeks ago, one of our viewers from Glow After 60 wrote in. She said, "I wore this colorful silk scarf I've always loved, and for the first time, I felt like it was wearing me, not the other way around." That line stuck with me, because bold scarves, the ones with loud colors, stiff textures, or busy prints, can do just that. They pull attention away from your face. They can crowd your neckline, and worst of all, they often fight with the very grace you've spent years cultivating. But that doesn't mean scarves are out. Far from it. In fact, when chosen with care, a scarf can become one of the most elegant, quiet statements you'll ever wear. So what's the shift? Let the scarf soften you, not shout for you. Choose breathable, flowing fabrics: silk, cotton voile, soft linen blends. Lean into muted tones: blush, dove gray, moss green, ivory, dusty blue. Think texture over pattern and movement over structure. And when you tie it, let it fall. Don't knot it tightly or fold it stiff. Let it drape like a soft brushstroke around your face. Because your beauty doesn't need bold print to announce itself. Part 3. The overdone, overly loud handbag. Some handbags are more than accessories. They've been with us through job interviews, dinner dates, cross-country moves, and quiet Sunday mornings. They've held tissues, lipstick, receipts, and probably a few secrets. But sometimes we hang on to them a little longer than we should. Not because they're still right for us, but because they remind us of who we used to be. A woman from our Glow After 60 community once shared, "I love my old logo handbag, but lately when I wear it, I feel like I'm trying to be someone I'm not anymore." And that right there is the shift. Big, logo-covered bags with heavy hardware, flashy colors, or overly trendy shapes can weigh down not just your outfit, but your whole presence. They often compete for attention. They say, "Look at me," when really, you don't need anything yelling on your behalf. You already walk into the room with presence, not permission. So what's the alternative? Look for clean silhouettes in soft, structured leather. Choose timeless shades like camel, navy, taupe, or rich burgundy. Think quiet details: a subtle gold clasp, a curved handle, gentle stitching. And don't underestimate the power of size and proportion. A giant tote can swallow your frame. A mini clutch may feel impractical, but a medium-sized crossbody or shoulder bag with just enough room for your essentials strikes the perfect balance between grace and utility. And yes, you can still carry color. Just let it be intentional. A deep olive, a slate blue, a worn wine red. Because your handbag doesn't have to tell your whole story. It just needs to walk alongside it, effortlessly, elegantly, and without shouting. After all, you've already earned your confidence. Your accessories now? They're simply here to reflect it. Part 4. The dated drama queen sunglasses. We've all had that one pair. Oversized, rhinestoned, maybe leopard print on the sides. The kind of sunglasses that made you feel like a movie star stepping out for groceries, or at least dodging imaginary paparazzi at the garden center. They were fun, flirty, full of personality. But now, they might be saying more about your past than your present. One woman in the Glow After 60 community told me, "I wore my big sparkly shades to brunch, and my daughter said, 'Mom, you look like you're on a reality show.' That's when I knew it was time." Sunglasses, like all accessories, should lift your look, not overpower it. When frames are too chunky, too blingy, or too trend-driven, they risk turning elegant outfits into something that feels more like a costume. And you don't need disguise. You need definition. So what's a better fit now? Go timeless. Go flattering. Go you. Try softly angular shapes, cat eye, rectangle, or classic aviator with a modern edge. Choose colors that enhance, not compete. Tortoiseshell, warm brown, matte black, or soft metallics. Skip the sparkle and logos. Let the shape and finish do the talking. And one styling tip from our viewers: check the proportion. Sunglasses that are too large can drag down your features. Too small, and they feel like a mismatch. The right pair should sit comfortably, like they belong on your face, not just your outfit. Because sunglasses shouldn't hide who you are. They should highlight you, your eyes, your expression, your quiet spark. You're not shielding yourself from attention anymore. You're stepping into it, softly, clearly, and fully yourself. Part 5. The heavy, look at me earrings. There's something magical about earrings. They catch the light when you turn your head. They sparkle when you laugh. They frame your smile without saying a word. But not all earrings age as gracefully as you do. I remember meeting a woman after one of our Glow After 60 talks. She had these dramatic tassel earrings, deep red, almost brushing her shoulders. They were fun, bold, but she kept adjusting them all evening. At one point, she sighed and said, "These used to make me feel daring. Now they just feel like effort." And that's exactly it. Big, heavy earrings, chandelier styles, oversized hoops, anything with layers and fringe, can feel more like costume than style. They pull down your look, sometimes literally, stretching the earlobes, dragging attention away from your eyes, and adding bulk where you don't need it. But here's the good news. Elegance doesn't need volume. It just needs intention. So what works now? Opt for lightweight metals, small gold or silver hoops, soft drop earrings, or subtle geometric shapes. Classic pearls never fail. They glow softly and never go out of style. Delicate stones or minimalist studs can bring just the right sparkle. And a little trick I love to recommend: if you wear your hair down or tuck it behind your ear, let your earrings echo the softness, not compete with it. If your ears are fully exposed, choose a piece that enhances your features rather than defines them. Because your earrings shouldn't try to steal the spotlight. They're simply there to reflect it and remind the world that yes, you still sparkle. But now, it's quieter, deeper, and entirely your own. Part 6. The bulky, attention-seeking belt. Belts may be small, but they can speak volumes. They frame your shape. They punctuate an outfit. Sometimes they even change the whole mood of a look. But some belts, well, they shout when you only meant to whisper. One woman from our Glow After 60 group once told me, "I wore this wide patent belt with a huge silver buckle, and halfway through lunch, I felt like it was announcing itself before I even sat down." We've all been there. The oversized leather strap, the heavy metallic clasp, the corset-style piece we thought would define the waistline, but ended up dividing us in half. These belts don't just disrupt your silhouette, they interrupt your presence. Instead of flowing with your outfit, they stop the eye. They anchor everything in a way that feels rigid, forced, and frankly, a little outdated. So what's the graceful alternative? Choose slimmer belts in soft, pliable leather or fabric. Go for tones that blend: taupe, warm gray, chocolate brown, or the same color as your dress. Look for simple buckles, nothing oversized, sparkly, or overly structured. And here's something we often remind women at Glow After 60. A belt should follow your shape, not fight it. It should feel like a suggestion, not a correction. Because at this stage, you don't need your accessories to hold you in or pull you together. You already carry yourself with poise, with grace, with quiet confidence that doesn't need reinforcement. Let your belt support that, gently, subtly, and without trying too hard. Part 7. The clunky, overly ornate shoes. Shoes carry us through milestones, mishaps, markets, and memories. They've supported us in ways no one sees, and sometimes in styles no one should. We all have that pair. The wedge sandals with sparkles from that beach vacation. The floral flats we thought were charming, but now feel a little too whimsical. They were fun, comfortable, maybe even compliments once rolled in. But now they might be quietly working against the rest of your look. At Glow After 60, we often hear this: "I just want shoes that don't hurt me, but also don't make me look like I've given up." That sweet spot exists. You don't have to choose between style and support, but you may need to say goodbye to clunky soles, busy patterns, or anything that screams novelty over elegance. Because overly ornate shoes, fixed soles, glittery finishes, bows, loud embroidery can visually weigh you down. They shorten the line of your leg, clash with refined outfits, and distract from the grace you naturally carry. So what to wear instead? Low block heels in suede or soft leather. Pointed toe flats in neutral tones, almond, blush, taupe, slate. Streamlined loafers or slingbacks that follow your foot's natural shape. Soft detailing, a subtle gold buckle, a gentle weave, a matte finish. And most importantly, prioritize comfort without compromising dignity. Look for cushioned insoles, flexible materials, shoes that let you move the way you live now, steady, intentional, and rooted in confidence. Because you've earned the right to walk with ease, not in pain. And trust me, when your shoes are quiet, your presence speaks even louder. So there you have it, 7 accessories that might have quietly overstayed their welcome, and 7 elegant shifts that don't just upgrade your outfit, but realign it with who you are now. But let's be honest, this was never really about belts or bags or earrings. It's about the woman wearing them. It's about honoring how far you've come and dressing in a way that reflects that depth, not distracts from it. You don't need to chase trends. You don't need to dress younger. You just need to dress truer. And here at Glow After 60, that's exactly what we believe. That elegance isn't about effort, or price tags, or labels. It's about ease, alignment, presence. So the next time you open that drawer, zip that bag, or slide on a pair of shoes, ask yourself gently, is this still me? And if the answer is no, that's not a loss, that's growth. Letting go of what no longer fits isn't giving up style, it's reclaiming it. I'd love to know, which accessory from today's list are you ready to retire? Or which one surprised you the most? Tell me in the comments below. I read every one of them. And if this video felt like a conversation you'd want to continue, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and join me next time, where we'll talk about the 5 clothing cuts that quietly elevate your entire look, no matter your size, shape, or age. Because your style story isn't over, it's just getting beautifully refined.